Breaking down opening sequence of film The Killer, directed by David Fincher, cinematographer Erik Messerschmidt. Look at the first 20 to 22 minutes of film. I have divided the opening sequence into two parts. Part 1, Elegance. Part 2, Imperfection. Let's break down Part 1. What purpose does it serve? The way the killer behaves, and then listen to the voiceover.
Popeye the Sailor probably said it best. I am what I am.
It tells us why he kills, how balanced he is, how calm he is, and how patient he is. The way he has control over his mind. The overall sequence makes us feel like the killer is a master at his work. He is a perfectionist. So how has this perception of killers been created? Character behavior. Voiceover. Cinematography. Editing. There are other aspects too, but let's look at these four things. Character behavior. The way the killer behaves, his body language is slow, he is not in any hurry. He is calm and focused. Voiceover. The voiceover gives us information about the character's thought process. One thing to notice is, the pace of voiceover is slow. Cinematography. Let's see how camera movement, lensing, and lighting adds that extra layer to this sequence. Camera movement is smooth, still. The situation is the way the camera speaks. There is no shakiness or disturbance in the flow. The smoothness and stillness creates an immersive look. But it also adds a layer to our character killer. Lensing. Lensing is also synced with the film. The way the killer is focused. The camera lensing is shallow, it only shows us what we are required to see. Look at this particular shot, where the killer is walking. The cinematographer and director wants us to just focus on killer, nothing other than that. The sharpness in this shot, the lensing compresses the space around the killer, and that leads us to focus more on the killer. The DP and director could have taken a wide shot or follow shot. But they choose to go with this one, and it goes really well with this scene. Lighting. This lighting sequence is very simple. Just to put it in the right words. The play between light and shadow keeps secrecy about the killer. His job is to hide and complete his task. Editing. Rather than smooth cutting, the way the editor carries the pace of this particular sequence is too good. The pace of the sequence helps to create the mood, tone of this sequence. The pace of editing beautifully narrates characters' behavior. Part 2. Imperfection. After the killer misses his target. But this was not what we and the killer expected to happen. The whole 20 to 22 minutes of build-up of character killer made us believe that he is a perfectionist. He would not miss his target. But after missing the target, the killer is in a tense situation, yet he tries to stay calm and he behaves normal. Camera movement. The frame is disturbed, the steadiness has gone. Camera is shaky. The pace of editing has increased. One important thing to look at is visual energy in frame. There is much movement within the frame. That's the most important thing. The increased movement within the frame adds up that extra layer to the moment. It makes us believe in the situation. What do you think the purpose of the opening sequence is? The opening sequence of the film, The Killer, serves several purposes. First, it introduces the main character, the killer. The audience learns about his motivations and his methods. This helps to create a sense of suspense and intrigue. Second, the opening sequence establishes the tone of the film. It is dark and suspenseful, setting the stage for the violence and brutality that follows. Third, the opening sequence introduces the themes of the film. These include control, obsession, and the nature of evil. The opening sequence is a masterclass in filmmaking. It is a tightly edited, visually stunning sequence that perfectly sets up the rest of the film. There are multiple things to analyze in this film. But if we go back and look at the opening sequence, the cinematography, editing, sound design, especially direction and writing is in perfect sync. When these things are in sync, it creates a believable world of the killer, and then we get to see visual poetry. Thanks for joining us on this cinematic journey. If you like this video, then please let us know by commenting down below. Give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Until next time, keep watching, keep learning, and keep creating.